Blue Ridge Rock Fest. I said it. I'm one of the many that went. One of the 50,000 people that tried to attend this festival. Only to go home heartbroken. I don't know everything that happened. There's so many rumors going around. But I thought that I would at least come on here and explain my experience. Now, mind you, I live an hour and a half away from this venue. Just an hour and a half away. I had to wait in line to get to my campsite for 10 hours. Hour and a half away. 10 hours. My campmates that were next to me were in line for 15 hours. They traveled all the way from Montana. In order to see this festival. Now, mind you, they spent thousands. I, however, did not. I just spent hundreds. Hundreds that are now gone. Unless they can give us the refunds that we asked for. I'm not even looking for a full. I just want a partial. I think I'm inclined to a partial. Because we only got one full day of this festival. One full day. And that was it. The first day, now mind you, I'm not very physically fit. I don't go out much because I have to go to work and I have to come home. Pretty much. That's it. And I know that y'all are probably wondering, well, what else has been happening in your life? Well, this has been one of the hardest years of my life, so shut up, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. I will keep you posted. There's a lot of things that I was supposed to do, but I couldn't, because life decided to get on me. But positivity comes out of some things, and like my campmate Shanae told me, manifest positivity. Well, I'm trying, but there's only so much I can do. So, we got one full day, and that was Friday. That was Friday. All right, Thursday was the first day of the festival. Technically, actually, we were supposed to be able to go to a pre-party for the campers, but we were in line for 10 hours. 10 hours. So we missed the pre-party because we thought that we had enough time. It was only an hour and a half away. Didn't expect to be in line for 10 hours. I didn't get to my campsite until 6 o'clock in the morning. I got 1 hour of sleep in my tent that I had to set up in the dark instead of the daylight that we thought we were going to have. So I slept in the tent for an hour. I closed up my tent and everything else. First day, Thursday, hot as balls, hot as shit. I am not used to it, not gonna lie. I was ready to throw in the towel for a little bit, but my campmates were nice and they let me stay underneath their shade. And then I had ice packs that I put in my cooler and it cooled me down and everything, and that was fine. That was fine. I survived most of the day, kept plenty of liquids in, didn't get to eat anything really because I was just so sick. And it came time for Coheed and Cambria. Now, my set list was Coheed and Cambria, Evanescence, 3 Days Grace, Stained, Pantera, I'm pretty sure, was the set list for Thursday. So I go back to the venue, trudge my way, because the taxi service was nowhere to be found the first day. Nowhere to be found the first day. I'm telling you, I couldn't find anything. I go there. I'm getting ready. They weren't calling for rain the first day. So I didn't cover my tent because it was too hot anyways, and I was trying my best to save myself from heat exhaustion. I go to the venue, getting ready for Coheed and Cambria. I'm in the crowd. I'm as close as I can be without getting into the pit. And then it starts raining. And I said, okay, all my clothes and everything is in the tent. All my electronics are in the tent. All of my charging packs are in the tent. Whatever, I'm fine with a little bit of wet clothes. As long as I can, put them out to dry on top of the car, it's whatever. Because it was my friend Alice's car that was in the camping spot. I'm like, it's fine, a little bit of rain cooled us down. It was really nice, it was really cool. And then Coheed started playing. I got to listen to 30 seconds of Coheed and Cambria before somebody went on the intercom and said, we are experiencing extreme weather, and for all of the campers to go back to their campsites, and for everybody who had shuttle bus passes to go back to the shuttles that they were waiting for them in the parking lot. I realized that my whole entire tent is full of water. Everything that I own is wet. My bed, everything. I was just sleeping on blankets and I was ready to live like a hobo for a week. And I'm like, okay, it's whatever. I'll put the top back on the tent, and then once it clears up, I'll get everything out to dry. It gets worse. It started hailing. My tent's over there, but you can't see it. Hailing down like Skittles-sized pieces of ice all over the place. Tents are flying. Canopies are broken. My other neighbor that was off to my left, not the ones from Montana, mind you, the other neighbors that I had, their canopy cracked somebody's windshield. Like, you can't, you don't prepare for that. Once it finally slows down, I get the trunk of my clothes out of the tent. Luckily, my tent stayed on the ground because I had my suitcase full of my clothes inside the tent. So I put the suitcase in the trunk of the car. I was like, I'll deal with it in the morning. On Friday, I went ahead and I tried to take a shower. So for some reason, they have 3 stalls, 3 doors with like 3 or 4 showers in these trailers for women, but they only have 1 for men. I don't know what the kind of ratio they think that they have from men to women at rock festivals, but that's not it. It's not it. Like, Dallas was in line for a while. I just walked the in. Also, I had to go to the general store and get shower tokens. It was $10 a shower token. I was like, well, if we stay the whole festival, you know, it's all the way until Sunday, I'm gonna need at least 3 showers. Whatever. $30. I didn't use one single shower token. Not one shower token, because the time that I went there, nobody was there to take my shower tokens. There was no security. There was nothing. I go back to the campsite and I start putting stuff up to dry. I said, the tent, I'll just sleep in the car for the rest of the time because it was so wet. It wasn't gonna get any better. Got some breakfast burritos from my friends off to the side. Jeff and Shanae, they were amazing. And I actually got their number and we're still in contact. They're all the way in Montana. They tried to make me move to Montana, but I don't have the ability to do that. But it was really cool to hang out with them, and I really hope that our paths will cross again in the future. But they were amazing. So the actual full day that we had was Friday, and that day was like Slipknot, especially near the end, and Billy Vallow was playing, and Flyleaf, and all of that was great. Like, seeing that was worth half the money that I spent, for sure, because Billy Vallow put on a great show, but there wasn't a whole lot of people in the crowd, which was really weird. I don't know if anybody remembered that it was him, like literally him, but it's whatever. I got to see a band called Electric Callboy. Didn't know who they were until I went. They were pretty cool. I left Flyleaf and I started hearing somebody play Every Time We Touch. I just had to get over there. I'll probably put in some random videos of like the experience and stuff that I took throughout the video. You could actually see and stuff like that. But it was one hell of a time. Slipknot was amazing.
Turn these fucking lights up. Let me see my fucking family. Yeah? It's been a minute. But goddamn it, Slipknot is back at the fucking Blue Ridge, motherfucker!
And so I've heard that Slipknot fed the stagehands and treated everybody really, really well. They've been doing it for a long time, since like 1999. And I was born in 1997, so that just shows you how long they've been doing this for. But they were amazing. absolutely amazing, and Lacey was great. Flyleaf was awesome. She preached a little bit, which was fine. I expected that, and that's it's great. She played I'm So Sick, and she played All Around Me, and it really got some nostalgia for me because that's what I listened to back in like 6th grade. It was crazy. I just waited till 6th grade to see this person in real life and everything like that. I was very, very far away from the stage. I knew that I couldn't handle it because it was just so hot. And I mean, like, she was sweating, man. Like, I saw her on the jumbotron, and you think that like her music videos, it's just all like elaborate and everything, it's like random. No, she's like that in real life. She dances like that in real life. She's all over the stage. She's curled up in a ball. She's jumping back and forth. It's crazy. She was amazing. But yeah, Slipknot was the best part of the whole festival. The Slipknot show ended around 1 o'clock. Went back to the campsite, and then Dallas ended up sleeping in the car too because the beginning of Friday at around 12 o'clock, his mother and his sister decided to go back home because they were afraid that they were going to cancel the whole festival. And I was like, no, please just stay to see Slipknot. But I get it. They were tired. They were hot. Everything that they owned was wet. I understand that wholeheartedly. So they ended up leaving, and I felt bad. I was like, oh, Dallas, I wish that they would have stayed to at least see Slipknot. He was like, yeah, well, they're calling for rain tomorrow, and we'll see how it is. So Saturday, I was supposed to see like Hanabi, which is a Japanese band from overseas, and a few other people that were like on the crazy roster, like amazing, and I was so excited. It rained in the morning, and I was like, okay, well, that's probably going to delay some stuff. It's whatever. The rain's probably going to clear by 12. That's what the radar says. It's whatever. So I sat in the car, took a few naps, did whatever, hung out with my campmates, Sinead and Jeff, ate some breakfast and some lunch, and their friends came over. Their friends ended up being like a day or two late, and they actually turned their friends away the night before for camping, so they had to sleep in the car just on the side of the road, I think, which was crazy because they were just not letting people into their campsite, even though they had their camping pass and their overflow pass. I think what happened was that they probably sold too many tickets or didn't realize that the space that they had provided for everybody just wasn't enough. Like, they didn't have enough people to really be able to run it. Volunteers and everything were very much appreciated. People had a lot of heat stroke. There were EMTs everywhere. I saw people get carried away in golf carts. It was nuts. There was a lot of cool merch there, though. It was fun. Everything was really overpriced, though, especially the drinks. But it's fine. I would pay $7 for a bottle of water any day if it meant I didn't have to die. At around 12 o'clock, 12 or 1, they announced that they would not be playing anything for the rest of the day, that Saturday was canceled, because they said that more severe weather was on the way. It wasn't. So they were looking for like safety, but honestly, there was no there was no stagehands to finish the show, is what I've heard. But I'm not 100%, so don't take my word for it. But they said that they would tell us around 5 o'clock whether or not Sunday would be happening, and I just wanted Sunday to happen. So what we did for the next 4 or so hours until they announced what was next, we sat underneath the canopy at Shanae and Jeff's tent and had therapy time. It was therapy tent. I know so much about these people that live in Montana, and I'm just somebody that lives in Virginia. Around 5:03, they announced that the rest of the festival was canceled. And they said that they would issue refunds as soon as they could. Refunds and then partial refunds. I'm guessing that the partial refunds are for people who actually went and enjoyed the first 2 days. And then the full refunds would be for people who never got to make it there. Because either they got turned away at the gate or they never got their wristband. Their wristbands, so we had wristbands, they stayed on the whole time. They were waterproof, it's whatever. And you were actually able to pay with your wristband. They did not notify us that when you pay with your wristband, it is a 5% fee charge. So the drinks that I was paying $7 for were way more expensive than $7 after I looked at my Cash App and realized that they were charging me 5% interest. Which, honestly, it shouldn't have been an interest on the thing that they gave us. It should have been just convenient and you could use it anytime. So that was really unfortunate. And so I was really bummed. I ended up going home Saturday night at 2:30 in the morning. I got back home and trudged my stuff all the way upstairs. Came home defeated. It was very upsetting. It was depressing, and it was the worst first festival I ever went to. I will not be going again, and I don't know who will unless somebody else takes over the festival. I don't know the person in charge. I've heard good things, I've heard bad things, and I don't know. But from somebody who actually had to go, it was terrifying sometimes because when we went to camp check-in, and this is really surprising, when we went to camp check-in, the guy that came to check our car, security is supposed to look at your things to make sure that you don't have any knives, firearms, glass, so you couldn't break it or anything. They wanted to make sure that people were safe. He didn't check us at all. He looked at us. He said, "I'm tired. It's late. You've been in line for this long. Is there anything in this car that I should know about?" We said, no, sir. No, no. He was like, "Is there any glass, firearms, or knives in this vehicle?" We said no. He said, "Then you're good to go." Took our words for it, didn't check, didn't look in the trunk to make sure that I didn't have anything in there. And I get that it was late, and I get that everybody was tired, but I had campers near me that brought knives, that brought glass bottles, that brought things that were not allowed, especially drugs around the area. I did not partake in any of the drugs, but boy, could I smell them. And it's whatever to have a little bit of weed or the devil's lettuce whenever, but like people were doing hardcore stuff and people were getting drunk out of control. And it's a festival. People are there to have fun. It's whatever. But it was a crazy time. One of the other cool things that happened was there was a party at Camp Show Me Your Butthole. Now this camp, I want to say, funny name. Everybody loves it. Funny name, Camp Show Me Your Butthole. This camp was promoting safe sex, which was great because some people, when they go to festivals, they're looking for more than just a good time, and they want to hook up with people, and they want to just enjoy the experience. So they were giving out like free condoms, free boxes of condoms, like full ones. They were getting people to sign banners and sign blow up dolls and everything else like that. And it was funny. It was an adult time. But nobody could in that heat. You would die. I feel like you would die. But plenty of people took them home. That I know for sure. I got to sign the slut. I got to sign the flag, but I did not take any condoms. I just didn't really need them. I was like, other people need them more than I do. Other than that, Slipknot was worth it. My dad would be so jealous of me if he knew. And I hope he's having a great time. Wherever he may be. But say it one more time. Blue Ridge Rock Festival. Never gonna go again. Oh, thanks for letting me rant. Sorry I didn't get to see Death Clock. You would have loved the footage, and I wish I could have brought it to you because it was a lifelong dream of mine to see Brandon Small in concert. Maybe one day he'll go back on tour. But for now, I'll just keep listening. On YouTube, behind my computer screen. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a good one. Bye.